Thanks so much for joining me on the WSAZ Plus desk. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shannon Litton here on the WSAZ Plus desk to kind of go over some of the top headlines that we've been following for you this morning. And of course, we'll continue to follow for you throughout the day. First off, we want to start out telling you about a fire in West Portsmouth from early this morning. Now, that fire, we can tell you, has been deemed a total loss according to dispatchers. Now, this happened in West Portsmouth after 2 this morning. Now, so far we've been told no injuries were reported, but a family is now without a home because of that fire. According to the Sauter County 911 dispatchers, the call came in just after 2 in the morning. And it was a fire in really around the area of Pershing Avenue. We do know that some fire departments responded to that. Of course, the Washington Township Volunteer Fire Department, as well as the Washington Squad, responded to the scene. Now, again, this is a total loss, but the family is now being provided assistance by the Red Cross this morning. So that's something we'll definitely be following for you throughout the morning. Again, if you're just joining us now, that fire happened just after 2 this morning in West Portsmouth around the Pershing Avenue area of West Portsmouth, and now a family is without a fire, but they are receiving some assistance from the Red Cross. We also have another fire to tell you about that happened over in Wayne County. This one actually happened yesterday evening around 4:30 near a Skyview Drive. We do have some images to want to show you of that. This is from the Wayne County Office of Emergency Management. And let me take down this lower third there so you can kind of see the full picture there. But you can see just how big this fire was. Now, according to the Wayne County Office of Emergency Management, the Lavalette Volunteer Fire Department quickly responded to this. Cerrito and Canova Volunteer Fire Departments were also there at scene trying to fight those flames. Now, we are being told no one was hurt, and there's no word on what caused that fire right now, but as you can see, I mean, you could see these flames, this smoke, I should say, from miles away. So definitely that investigation going to be happening today and over, of course, the next few days as well. So moving on to some of our other headlines this morning, we do know to a shooting that we actually told you about happened back on January 4th in Huntington. The Huntington Police Department says a 17-year-old is facing malicious assault and wanton endangerment charges. That shooting happened around 4 in the afternoon near 21st Street and 6th Avenue. Now, police are saying they were patrolling the area whenever they heard gunshots, and they actually stopped a car that was driving away from the scene. Now, the driver of the car has been taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and a passenger in that car was not hurt. Again, this all happened on January 4th, but we now know that a 17-year-old teenager has been arrested in connection with this shooting. Of course, we're trying to find out more about it, but because they are, of course, a child still, we may not get too much information regarding to his or her name at this point. Moving on to other headlines this morning, the man suspected of killing an Ohio couple in their home last month has now made his first appearance. Michael David McKee appeared in court, and this was over in Rockford, Illinois. Now, he's accused of killing his ex-wife and her husband. He was arrested in Rockford on Saturday, but McKee waived his right to extradition, and the judge in the case ordered he return to Ohio to face those charges. You might remember we've been telling you this story about the Teppes. Of course, that's the dentist and his wife who were killed earlier. Really, they were killed on December 30th is when they were found. But McKee is facing 2 counts of murder in the deaths of Spencer Teppe, the dentist, and his wife, which is actually McKee's ex-wife, Monique Teppe. Tepe was a dentist. His practice, of course, in Athens, Ohio. He and his wife were found dead in their home in Columbus, Ohio, back on December 30th, and police have been investigating this case ever since. We also have more news to tell you about this morning. This is now surrounding what's going on in Minnesota. Now, the state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities are actually suing the Trump administration over the deployment of immigration and customs enforcement there. That's ICE, of course. The lawsuit filed on Monday argues Operation Metro Surge, the unprecedented immigration operation in Minnesota, is, quote, a federal invasion. That lawsuit also says the operation violates the 10th Amendment by unlawfully commandeering state resources, interfering with the state's authority to govern, and disregarding state law and city ordinances. But that lawsuit seeks a court order to halt the operation altogether. Of course, this is something that will be developing throughout the day and that we hope to bring you updates about later on in some of our newscasts. And of course, here on WSAZ Plus and over on the WSAZ app as well. So those are some of your top headlines so far for you on this Monday morning. We also want to get you a check on your first alert weather forecast for what you can expect today and, of course, later this week. And for that, we want to turn over to meteorologist Dylan Goday.
Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Dylan Goday here with a look at 3 things you need to know weather-wise. We do have a really nice weather day on tap after the chilly morning. It'll be mild this afternoon. That wintry system that we've been talking about does arrive late Wednesday into Thursday. I have added Wednesday as a First Alert weather day. I'll explain why here in just a moment. And snow squalls expected to continue mainly Saturday and then again into MLK Day on Monday. So why did I add Wednesday to the First Alert weather day? Because we're going to switch over to snow a little bit earlier than anticipated. That will impact your late Wednesday evening commute. We'll show you that in Futurecast. It's not going to be widespread snow accumulation. The best chance of an inch or more, you got to head east of Charleston, far eastern Kanawha County, really into the mountains of West Virginia. That's where you're going to see that, and possibly the mountains of far southeastern Kentucky as well. Elsewhere, there will be snow squalls that will lead to localized accumulation. That means not widespread, but definitely localized. We'll show you that here on Futurecast. Looking at midnight tonight, you're starting to see that rain moving on in. Notice how it's a cold rain with temperatures into the low to mid 40s. Continuing to just see rain through lunchtime, but that colder air coming in a little bit earlier now, switching over to snow. But pay close attention to your temperatures. You're into the mid 30s, so this is 4 o'clock, yes, but those temperatures are above freezing, so this is likely not going to stick until you head later into the evening by around 8 o'clock to midnight. And here come those streaks of snow. That's what we're going to see tomorrow. Streaks, tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and could get some pretty hefty snow squalls. This one across eastern Kentucky had something similar take place there on Sunday, to where Lexington seeing nothing, Huntington seeing nothing, but right in between that, you've got that snow squall. You can see a similar one trying to show up there east of Gallipolis and Gallia County down towards Charleston. So we'll be watching out for that early in the day on Thursday. That should exit, though, by later parts of the day. I want to show you what that run of Futurecast looks like when you put on the accumulating snow, because, again, you have streaks showing up. Not widespread snow for the lowlands. A streak here of upwards of an inch, streak here upwards of an inch south of Parkersburg, and then the widespread accumulation is into the mountains. This is a look at our snowfall map then. So again, if you're in the lowlands, you could get some streaks that add up to an inch, where bulk of the area you're going to see, again, not as much. Looking ahead at Friday, we're quiet with some flurries, but Saturday, better chance of putting down some more streaks of snow that will be pushing through the area. You head into late Sunday and Monday, another chance of light snow. So that's why we've added some more First Alert weather days to the board. Saturday's been added, Monday's been added, and again, late Wednesday as well. So a busy weather pattern, not expecting a big snowstorm on there, but definitely we'll be seeing some wintry chances starting late tomorrow, lasting through early next week.
All right, Dylan, thanks so much. We were about to wrap up the newscast here for the morning. But we do have some breaking news to tell you about, and it's a silver alert that's been issued over in Scioto County, Ohio this morning. I want to show you the person that police are looking for. His name is Lewis Maynard, and according to the Scioto County Sheriff's Office, he was last seen in Scioto County. He's 94 years old, and Lewis Maynard, the man you're seeing there, he has the beginnings of dementia. He's 5'10", has gray hair. Now, we're being told he drove away from his home at 10 in the morning on Monday, and he hasn't come back. Now, he was driving a tan-colored 2006 Ford Taurus. Now, deputies say Maynard is without his required medication at this time. This incident took place on Piatt Road in West Portsmouth. That's where they're saying that he was last seen. But anyone who has any information, you're being asked to call the Scioto County Sheriff's Office. Their number is 740-354-7566, or of course you can call 911. Again, the number is 740-354-7566, or you can call 911. Again, this is the man you're looking for there, Lewis, or people, excuse me, this is the man Scioto County deputies are looking for, Lewis Maynard. He's 94 years old, and he was last seen in Scioto County. And of course, as soon as we learn any more information on his whereabouts, we'll be able to update you here on WSAZ Plus and over on our newscast. Of course, you can also find this information about Lewis Maynard over on WSAZ.com if you forgot that number, but I'll give it to you one more time. It's 740-354-7566. Of course, again, he does have early signs of dementia. He was last seen whenever he drove away from his home around 10 in the morning yesterday. But that does it for us here on the WSAZ Plus desk. But of course, we'll bring you the very latest news and weather here as soon as we learn more information, of course. And we do hope you'll join us during WSAZ Midday and, of course, on Studio 3, which is about to start here in just 6 minutes. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you here next time.